What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a sketch illustration of a pit bull terrier. We're going to start today's sketch with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now you want to begin by establishing the basic shape and proportions of the head. Let's start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. So start from the very top. We're just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom. Let's move to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now in the center of our page, we're going to create a large gap in between the eyes. So from that center line, let's move over towards the left, right about here. Just going to mark this off. Let's measure that same distance from the center over towards the right. Now you want to extend these lines going up towards the top and then down towards the bottom. Now we don't want to go too dark because we'll eventually erase these lines. Now from this point, we're going to step over towards the left. We're going to sketch a small circle for the eye. And then now taking that same distance over towards the right and doing the same thing. Now with the eyes in place, we want to establish the width of the head. So from the outside of the eye, let's step out, sketch a line going up towards the top, and then down towards the bottom. And again, we're going to measure that same distance over on the right side and do the same thing, going up and then down. Now from that center point, we're going to move all the way down. Just going to mark off the top of the nose. So right about here, just going to go straight across from left to right. We're going to come down, curve the nose, coming down and then in towards the bottom. Let's make the nose a little bit more narrow along the side. So we're just going to curve the edges, coming down and in. And then from these 2 points, we're going to add a swirl for the nostril. We're going to come in, up, and then back down on both sides. Now from the outside of the eye, we're going to step out, curve this down and then in towards the side of the nose. And this will be for the cheek lines. And then going back to this point, bend this down and then out. From the tip of the nose, let's step down. Just going to mark off the top edge of the mouth. And then from this point, angle the mouth, coming down and out toward the left and right. Now we're going to go back and just round up the side of the head. Let's start back on the left. We're going to come down. Now I want to pull this in towards this point, round up the chin, and go back up on the right. It's almost like drawing a half circle. And then going back to these 2 points, just going to round up the muzzle, going around and up towards the edge of the cheek. Come in. Now I'm just going to bend that up towards the side. From the side of the eye, we're going to step up. Just going to angle the head, going up and then in to right about there. I'm just going to place the ears along this line. And then from the top, just going to bend the head, coming in and then down towards the center. Then it's up and out towards the right. Now we're going to flop the ears along the side. Let's start from this point. We're going to go up, bend the ear, coming down towards that center line. And then do the same thing on the right, going out and then down. Let's go back out to the side, bend the ear, coming out and then up. Now from here, angle is up and out. Angle is up and in towards the top curve of the ear. Now let's go back to the side of the jaw. Just going to bend the neckline, coming in and then down on both sides. Go back up. Slope the shoulders, going out and then down. Once we're happy with the basic proportions and composition, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now we're going to use our clean rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shape. Now I'm going to start with the eyes. Just going to add that point along the outside, coming down, and then along the inside. Just working our way around the bottom. And I'm just lightly adding some more detail. Tracing in the bottom edge of the iris, going up underneath the eyelid. Let's add in the pupil. And a small highlight along the top. And we'll go over and just do the same thing on the right. add some shading along the inside of the eyes. Now adding some shape to the nose. You see, I'm just adding some wrinkles along the side of the muzzle. Just going to work our way across the bottom of the chin. Again, just adding a little bit of a fold along the outside. Now we can go back and just redefine the width of the head. So I'm going to go a little bit wider around the jawline. Add a slight curve coming in towards the jaw and then back in. Now I'm going to go back and just clean up my drawing one final time before we add some more detail and shading. And now at this stage, once I'm happy with the proportions, I'm going to go in and start darkening up our contrast using this 0.9mm mechanical pencil. So I'm going to start back at the eyes, just working our way around the eyelids. And I'll darken up the outside of the iris. And then just fade that in, coming towards the center of the eye. Just trace out the pupil, and then we'll darken that up, going around that highlight. I'm just going to move over and do the same thing on the right. And now we're just going to work our way outside from the eye, adding some shading and some fur texture. Add a few spots on the outside of the nose for that center line, the whiskers. Now in this final step, we're just going to add some various tones and shadows. So we're going to start with the tip of the ears. I'm going to darken up the skin tone. And then darken up the bottom edge of the ears to create a shadow. And then fade that down. I'm just going to darken out that shadow just underneath the head across the top of the neck and just fade that down. I'm just going to go back and just enhance some of the fur texture on top of the shadows. And once we finished enhancing our textures, we'll be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a pit bull terrier. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. You can also check out our other channels. I'll leave the links for you in the description below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.